Happy holidays, everybody. In today's video, we are going to be talking about and ranking every version of every BR map in the history of Apex Legends. So if you want to see where your favorite version of your favorite map stands against everything else, make sure you watch this video until the end. All right, let's get into it.
We're going to go first map. We got Kings Canyon. What do you boys think about that?
KC, man, the game that started it all. Where were you when Kings Canyon dropped? More importantly, where were you when Apex Legends dropped?
I think I was still working at a desk job. I had a 9-to-5. I was selling boat insurance. And all my friends were like, oh, this new game just dropped, like Apex Legends, you got to try it out, whatever, yada, yada. I'm like, I'm just going to keep playing Fortnite, you know? Like, but then I played Apex like a couple days later and I fell in love and I've just been playing it ever since.
I didn't have a job, but I was playing Apex Legends streaming to like no viewers. But like OG Kings Canyon though, like was what got me into it. A lot of the memorable things of the map. I mean, we all saw the what are they called, Leviathans, the Jurassic Park.
Yeah, the water llamas.
Yeah, and then what in season 2 they had another version of it during the Battle Charge season when Watson debuted. And I forgot. Bro. Can you? Because the Leviathans were on the map. Could you die to those things? Like if they stepped on you?
Yes, bro.
Yes,
I have
to stomp you out.
They can stomp you out, right?
I have a clip of me running away from a team and I ran right under its foot and I died to a foot, bro.
I actually think season 5 was actually like the most important season for Kings Canyon, because every single week or every 2 weeks they had the quest with like the legit like story.
I remember that, yeah.
Those were actually so cool, and I wish they would bring them back somehow. The lore and the story that was sort of like built around the map, as well as everything that was going on with Loba, like that was so cool. That, without a doubt, like that definitely helped keep players engaged.
Like the game had a soul. Like it felt like there was actually life in the game. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like you guys got a lot of love for Kings Canyon. So where are you gonna end up placing it?
Okay, for me, right, it may be a nostalgic factor, but OG Kings Canyon is always gonna be a love of mine. Like all the other variations, they're cool, but OG Kings Canyon just has like a special place in my heart. So I think for me, it's going in Slight Cook.
Yeah, Kings Canyon is a slight cook for me with all the variations they have. I think the thing that steals it is what Ross mentioned. That was the only map I think where they gave a lot of love to for us to be able to enjoy not just the map, but like the lore with all the characters. Slight cook for me.
What about you, Ross?
Same here.
So like, I think Kings Canyon is my GOAT. If Kings Canyon doesn't exist, nothing that comes afterwards exists at all, right? And I think everything that they did with Kings Canyon up to that point was just so good that players didn't care. Like now you see people burning out in 20 minutes. They'll be like, oh, 20 minutes on Storm Point, I want to get off. But like back then, bro, it was 20 hours on Kings Canyon. And you're like, oh, bet, let's ready up.
Well, Ross, you got overruled 2-3, so we're going to throw it in Slight Cook, but we'll let everyone know how you feel.
It's still a solid map. It's still a really good map, and we're not disagreeing with that whatsoever.
All right, boys, we're going to keep this going in release order. So next up, we have World's Edge. How are we feeling?
Ooh. World's Edge.
It's got a special place in my heart too, bro.
I don't know if there's any clips of it, but I need somebody to somehow find a clip of the old Pathfinder strat at Train Yard. I used to see this all the time, especially in ranked. If there was like an end game and the ring was sort of like closing around that area, there'd always be some teams already up there holding it down, because people actually cared back in the day in ranked, right? Yeah. You used to arc star your Pathfinder and you would send them up there, bro. They would grapple up on their own and they would arc star the whole team for you. And then you would take the zip up and you'd rush them. They call it like kamikaze path or something, bro. And it was so crazy, bro.
Obviously, there's a lot to talk about with OG World's Edge, because like, dude, that's like, we again, like we said before, the early maps, we can tell there was a lot of love and they're just willing to take risks and give us all this cool stuff. You know what I mean? Passion, all that stuff. But World's Edge, I feel like it wasn't like a progression. I feel like they just started taking more fun away from us. Does anybody feel that?
Yeah, no, I agree too. Like in a way, you know what I'm saying? Because you guys remember like in the choke points, the things that they called like the dildo towers, like where people would just like sit up there.
Yes.
Like sure, like they sucked, and like, you know, for rank, like people would just like hold you out up there, but like they were fun, you know. And like you would try to like the strat was like you would wraith pour under them, and you just sky nade them and watch them fly off if they get hit by one. Like it was so fun. Like trying to like put the puzzle pieces together and like pretty much like playing chess on these teams. It was fun, but now everyone just apes each other and just third party. There's no actual like, I guess, thought involved. You know what I'm saying?
So where do you guys want to end up placing it?
Nah, for me, bro, I think World's Edge goes in the GOAT status, bro. I love World's Edge. It has a special place in my heart too, and like I put it over Kings Canyon because it was like the first map besides like the original map that we got. And the season 3 launch trailer for World's Edge was just like out of this world, bro. Like I remember being at TwitchCon 2019 and somebody said that the trailer got leaked for season 3, and we all gathered, like 30 of us gathered around one person's phone to watch the video on Reddit, and we were all just gasped. We're like, oh my god, like this looks so crazy. Like they're bringing a new map. Like we got a new legend as well too, because I think Crypto released that same season, and we also got the charge rifle too. So
like I said, I'm personally putting it in Slight Cook. I'm just very biased towards KC. Also, so many creators. Like, if you look at some of the creators who are like a staple in today's Apex content, like the biggest names, so many of them, when you think of their best clips, is all on OG World's Edge. Like, it feels like that so much of like not only the game, but so many players just had so much like momentum and steam built up from everything they did on World's Edge. And I think it's because World's Edge was just such an enjoyable map.
For me, I'm with Dre on this one. I think World's Edge is GOAT status. Seeing everyone's clips made me want to play and like really commit to Apex and actually work harder on myself as a content creator. It's that map. That is the map. That's what made, I think, solidified a lot of people's careers and maybe inspired even more players to want to get involved, because then, yeah, like you said, Olympus came up, then we had like 3 maps, and just Apex was just different, man. It was the best at that time.
Yeah, I agree. So GOAT status, World's Edge, bro. I could agree with that.
So our next map in release order is Olympus, and it dropped in season 7.
I hate that I'm about to say this, but like, it's not because I don't remember, but tell me if I'm wrong. Not a lot of memorable moments going on during this time of Apex where I can remember a lot of the old OG stuff, right? And I think that like that's what I could be saying my vote too early, but I think that's when we started feeling like Olympus was a little like played out, not a lot of love in comparison to the other ones, because we started having these expectations, and Olympus just became like a problem from just not a lot of love given to it from POI changes or map changes, and then like bugs under the map, bugs, just problems with POI with that.
Ross, you remember your
POIs.
clip?
I was about to say, I have a clip that did like it went crazy online. And basically I was playing with Dre and this other guy, Jay Smooth, and so I'm under the map and it's the last team left, and I'm like, how do I win this? I was trying to shoot, you couldn't shoot through it. And eventually they figured out how to fall under the map too, but they staggered it because they were all confused. And so I 1v1 3 players in a row under the map to win the game. And it was one of the craziest clips I think I've ever seen in the game.
It was so funny, bro.
Honestly, I love Apex so much, but to me, this is a map that, for how passionately I love Kings Canyon, I think I passionately hate Olympus with just as much hate as I have love for the other map.
Was it the map, or was it the introduction of Horizon that made you feel miserable?
See, that's the other thing, bro. I mean, anybody who has spent 5 minutes in my stream knows that if I find out that you're playing Horizon, you need to get out of my chat immediately because it will not end well for you, bro.
That was the season I started maining Horizon too, season 7. When she came out, that was my main. Wait. I mean, Olympus has like a special place in my heart, bro. Like, I think it's one of the most beautiful maps that we've gone so far, you know, besides E District. And, you know, one of my most famous clip of how to get humbled in Apex, you know, was on Olympus, where the guy turned around and shot me with the Kraber. So it has a special place in my heart. You know, I love the map. I love all the renditions of it too, and the different variations that we've gotten over the years. You know, every time I look at old Olympus, it just brings me like some joy. Like, I just feel genuine joy in my heart because the map is so beautiful. The lighting was good, right? The rotations were pretty sturdy. The most recent version of it, though, pretty boo-boo. But everything before that was really, really good. So in my opinion, I think it goes in the slight cook category.
I do agree with you on Olympus potential. Wait, but here's the problem. It's only a season 7 map. Everything else after, like, I can't put it on slight cook because, to be honest, after that, they weren't cooking after that. Like, it was all right. And then I was like, ugh. And I think the thing holding me back on Olympus is that there were too many problems that came with it. I remember there was a season where I think half the season we couldn't even play on it.
Yeah, they disabled it.
Yeah, they disabled it because they couldn't fix it. They couldn't fix the under the map problem. They couldn't fix the Trident invincibility problem that was going on. Honestly, for me, like Olympus, the only thing it had going for me was that it was visually great for thumbnails, but I'm gonna put it in mid.
Ooh.
All right, so
deciding factor.
Before I can give my final vote, I need to know, can you put multiple maps in the same tier, or are we trying to keep them all?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, put this thing in trash, man.
Damn.
So we're all divided, huh?
I think it averages into meh. I think it averages into meh.
I'm gonna say slight cook because I feel like specifically in this time in Apex, this is the time where all the maps were getting lore. This is when all the maps were like being built off of ideas and how they wanted to build the universe. And Olympus and the story around it and how many characters are truly attached to it, I'm gonna have to put it all the way up in slight cook with Dre because it's a great map. It applies so much to the game for the future that I feel like it just has so much significance.
You know what? It's fine. We'll go to the next map, man. What's next?
All right.
All right, Storm Point, man.
Storm Point, bro. What a map. What a map when it first dropped. I think
it's a rankers map. It's a rankers map. Everybody that plays ranked and that grinds ranked, they love Storm Point.
Yep.
I think this was the map that, like, as a community, we all agreed sucked for pubs. They only really had like 2 to 3 changes because we had the original one, and then when it updated in season 13, they introduced Down Beast and the IMC armories. Armories where like people were parking the trident up top, trying to like figure out a way to exploit and trap people inside with like it was so crazy. But
dude, that was so funny. I remember people doing that. Now that you brought that up, like where they would park the trident literally on top of it, so they couldn't like, if they did try to like jump out, right, it would just like keep them there and you could just shoot them, bro. It was hilarious.
I have this clip of us. I need to find it, but you could also Ash ult into the armory while people were doing it. And it's the funniest thing ever, bro. You could just like grief them.
Other than that, if I'm being honest, not a lot of big memories for Storm Point, except that it was the first season that I hit Diamond.
I think overall though, for me, Storm Point never really like clicked for me, and I feel like I never really had like a connection on the map. Like, I don't know. Like you said, I don't really have like too many memories with Storm Point. It was always just like kind of there, and like we would just play on it, sure, but like I really feel like I didn't make like too many like core memories or anything like that. There is a memory that I do like on the map though. Fuck, what is that POI called, bro? Like Launchpad or something like that, and there's actually like a dick on the map. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like there's like actual bro. So
I don't know
right
what
there,
you're talking about.
But that's one of my favorite things about
biggest
Storm
memory
Point.
is some meat.
The meat, yeah, literally the meat.
We won't be able to show that picture, but we'll put the coordinates for you to be able to go check this out on the map.
Yeah.
With all that in mind, where do you guys want to place it?
Okay, man. As a pub guy, I do appreciate the value that this map brought to the game. So I'm not gonna put it in trash. I'm gonna put it in mid.
I agree with that too. I was gonna put it in mid as well.
I too am gonna say mid.
Unfortunately, we now have to talk about Broken Moon.
Oh my god.
Bro. I'm gonna say this right now, and I don't mean this in any offense because I know that probably people from EA and Apex are gonna say this, but like I don't like Broken Moon. There's no.
I don't think anybody does.
There's no element. I'm literally, no disrespect. Like we can just jump to the fucking rating now. Sorry, pardon my language.
Trash.
We can trash. Just put it in there.
Trash. Just trash.
I see it's trash. I will say though, right, like the first variation of the map is absolutely trash, yes. But the second variation where they changed the lighting to like purple and they added like the new POIs, is not that bad. But like at the same time, it's still trash compared to the other maps.
There was 7 cheaters in every match, in every game mode, whether you're doing pubs, whether you're doing ranked, or whether you're doing mixtape, bro. That season specifically, when like second Broken Moon came out, bro, every single game, I'm like, bro, this guy's cheating. And then we die and we spectate the guy, and while we're in queue, guess what? It's a cheater. And then who do they die to? They die to another cheater. It's just like a hack off, bro. Bro, is there anything below trash?
Yeah, we can actually let's
create one.
add a row below.
Can we just make one called Broken Moon?
I think everybody will agree too. I don't think there's anybody who actually genuinely like loves Broken Moon over these other maps.
We can use all the oxygen we save from Broken Moon and we can use it on E District.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is a cooking map. I love this map. I think it looks great. I think it plays great. It's a city map, you know what I'm saying, which is like what people wanted for a very long time. And I think overall E District is great, bro. I love it.
Yeah, I think E District, they did a really good job. They have a little bit of everything from all of the maps that were from where we started to where we are now. They got a lot of verticality play, a lot of cover to play, means of like just moving around from like the little gravity, their new like gravity lifts that they have. So it makes the non-movement legends keep up with the movement legends. I think they really did a good job with this map.
What I like about E District too is that it feels like every single POI on the map has like its own identity. You have like Resort, you got Energy Bank right in the middle, you got Viaduct, you got freaking Old Town, you got like Hambert Labs or Humbert Labs, whatever it's called, and you just, like you got Lotus too. It just seems like every single POI on the map has like its own feel to it, and like it's different. Like not one POI feels similar to one another.
If you've been following the Apex community for a while, you know that over time like certain players are starting to leave the game, and a lot of the online community, you know, voiced their frustration and concern for the game. And I feel like E District was a redeeming moment for Apex, where they basically took something good from almost every map except, you know, Broken Moon, but whatever. And they did a good job incorporating all these things that we liked. E District kind of reminded players what the team and what the game is capable of.
Where do you guys want to place it?
For me, it's got to go in GOAT status, bro. I love E District. Like I don't have any complaints about the map, and I think for me that signifies that it deserves GOAT status.
I'm actually in agreement with Dre on that. They definitely, obviously it's a slight, like they cooked with this, but I think there's no doubt that they brought out the best elements of every map, put it in the E District, and that's what we get.
All right, man. Well, honestly, bro, yeah, I'm probably gonna put it in GOAT status too. I'm not gonna lie.
You're so dumb.
It's not better than Kings Canyon, but it's the second coming of Kings Canyon in my eyes. It's like the savior of Apex.
Okay, this is our tier list right now. Are you guys happy with it, or do we need to move anything around?
I'm happy. I think it's great. I think it looks great.
I think it's good.
I think we're solid.
Yeah, I'm content with this.
I think it's a good list too. All right,
Yeah,
sweet guys.
I like it a lot.